checkbook's in shock, isn't it, David? He's not used to this sort of action.
Absolutely, Rebecca. Tottenham have been the most active team in the transfer market so far. They've been really quick. They've been early in their business. They've been decisive. And that's a characteristic displayed by Johan Lange, their new technical director, when he was at Aston Villa. He's since moved across from Tottenham and he's displaying the same characteristics. They had a clear plan. The priority was a central defender. If they could do a wide forward, they would, and a central midfielder. They needed to be creative, as I said on NBC, and that would involve some exits too. What was a bit surprising was the chronology of it, because Timo Werner was the wide forward and that came before the centre half, but you can't always get these things spot on. It was very much unsignposted, under the radar. Fair play to Spurs. Ange Postecoglou was very keen on him, as I understand it. Manchester United were also keen on him. They explored it too. But Lange and Daniel Levy, they moved decisively, and that's seen as a low-risk deal. Then they went on to Dragusin, and that's a really interesting one because he's young, as you say. It's fairly affordable at 25 million euros. That was more dramatic, though, because it involved rivalry from Bayern Munich. It involved overnight work, Tuesday into Wednesday of the week just gone. Early hours, it finally got agreed, but still, he needed to make his decision and board a flight. Tottenham convinced him to do so. They beat Bayern Munich. That was really impressive. Let's see what they do on a central midfielder. They like Conor Gallagher at Chelsea, but do they have the funds? They might need to get Pierre-Emile Højbjerg out, for example. They also got Hugo Lloris out. And crucially, as you said too, Eric Dyer, he went to Bayern Munich for around 3.5 million euros. That income basically covers the cost of the first year in the account of Radu Dragusin. So it's really impressive structuring what Tottenham are doing now. Ange Postecoglou has great power over the recruitment. He has a veto, essentially. He has the backing of Daniel Levy. And Levy is working in collaboration with Lange and others. Fabio Paratici, their former sporting director, who was suspended by FIFA but is still allowed to work in an advisory capacity, is helping out too. And it's going very well. From people I speak to, they're very happy with how this setup is materialising so far. And who would have said it at one point, but Tottenham appear to be the model of how to run a transfer window at the moment.
Absolutely. Other than Tottenham, David, not a lot else is happening in the January transfer window. Is that because the teeth, which we are now seeing the Premier League sort of use with their profitability and sustainability rules with the Everton situation, is putting off teams maybe pushing the envelope a little bit?
That is absolutely right. It's pretty much all we're talking about in this January window is PSR, formerly known as financial fair play. It's dry, it's a little bit boring, but it's crucial. It's very important for the here and now and for the future. Essentially, FIFA, UEFA, the Premier League and all the leagues, they want their clubs to live within their means, not to go bust, to only spend what they earn. It's not new, but now we're seeing it come into force with impact because Manchester City, a year ago, 115 charges, unresolved. Everton, they've been docked 10 points. That has been resolved. But the fact that they got charged in sort of March, April time and not punished until September, October time, that upset a lot of Premier League clubs. They said it can't take that long. So some changes have been made. You need to file your accounts by the 31st of December, and then you have 14 days to learn your fate. That means we're going to find out tomorrow if anybody else has been charged. There are rumours that in this next round of charges, Everton could still be in a bit of trouble from the previous situation because it's a 3-year rolling cycle this is measured over, and maybe also Nottingham Forest, but they all have mitigations. Everton will argue their case again if it's them, by the way. We have no confirmation of that. Nottingham Forest too. One of the issues is they came up from the Championship. When you come up from the Championship, your losses allowed are smaller. They spent heavily, but they managed to sell Brennan Johnson, which would have equalised most of the spending, but they sold him beyond the cut-off to the financial accounting period. That, I'm sure, will be one of their mitigations. Many other clubs are close to the line. Manchester United, they're not able to spend much. Arsenal and Newcastle United, they have the money. They want to spend, but they're not allowed to because you're only allowed to spend what you earn, and their revenues are not high enough. They need to increase their revenues, but that will take time. or they need to sell players. That's what we've seen Chelsea doing, and that's why Chelsea believe they will be compliant, because for all of their spending, they've sold heavily to and balanced the books. Now, the system is going to change again in the summer. You're going to be allowed more losses, but you've got to have tighter control on what you spend on your squads. That's falling into line more with UEFA. And many clubs are saying, you're charging clubs now on the old system, which has been in place since 2014, but now we're going to go to a new one. What's going on here? And also, you're almost incentivizing the sale of young players, homegrown players for profit, like Conor Gallagher. And also, how are lesser so-called clubs, such as a Newcastle and Aston Villa, who are trying to climb up and compete with the elite, able to do so if they're not able to spend what they want to? FFP, PSR, it's not easy.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock. And be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you there.